I have a lot of journals. As a bullet journaling YouTube channel, this kind of makes sense, but I'm not just talking about my bullet journals. Like, I have a collection of notebooks and journals over the past 4 years that either I've bought or been gifted, and today I want to talk about what I use all of them for. And also I want to preface this by saying that brands do send me a lot of journals, so I don't want to seem like I'm just super rich and buying all this stationery. Quite a few of them are very graciously sent to me. This video is not sponsored in any way. I just want to go through and talk about what I use all of them for. So obviously, if you're subscribed to my channel, you know that I bullet journal, and I have been bullet journaling since 2020. So the first thing is I have all of my bullet journals for the past 4 years. This was my first ever bullet journal. I've mentioned this a lot on my channel recently. I love going back to my oldest bullet journal and just looking at the spreads, because when I first started journaling, I had the most motivation. So this is really exciting to look back through. I started this bullet journal in January of 2020, but I started posting Plan With Me's on YouTube in July of 2020. So there are about 6 months in here that are not documented on YouTube, but everything after that up to present day, I have a Plan With Me for, or there is some video of a journal setup of mine for that month somewhere on the internet. Another thing is, for all of these bullet journals, I also usually do flip through videos at the end of a year or at the end of 6 months. So you can probably see not only my setups, but the weekly spreads and all the other spreads that I put in those journals. There's already a lot of that content out here, so I won't spend too much time talking about this. But now, this was the first one. Then in 2021, I got this pink Archer and Olive. She is really thick. This is like the 192 page size. I realized that 192 pages was actually way too much for only 6 months, so I went back to the 160 pages. Here is my second journal for 2021. This has July through December. This color is so striking. It was such a fun color to work with. Moving into 2022, this was last year's journal. As you can see, it's a little thinner, 160 pages. And honestly, this has some of my favorite spreads of all time in it. Like, for example, this is the vision board spread I did for last year. I also did, where is it? My castle theme in this journal, and I still think this cover page was absolutely crazy. I love how that turned out. This is my second bullet journal for 2022. I like how this one had gilded edges, although they unfortunately did wear over time a little bit, but it's still super fun, and I like a raccoon, I like shiny things. This was my first bullet journal of this year, actually, so we're back to the present, kind of. It's funny, I barely remember using this journal. For some reason, this year has been going by so fast. Like, I remember using all the other ones, like, you know, bringing it to school with me and everything, and I remember setting up the pages not too long ago, actually, but like the fact that I had like an orange peachy journal, I barely remember that. And then this is my most recent bullet journal for the second half of 2023, but all the rest of them, they were from Archer and Olive. This one is from Notebook Therapy. I made the switch in June just to try out a different brand, and I really like how this journal looks. I think it's quite beautiful, and it has an actually soft cover. And yeah, this is what I've been using since July of this year. I love this page. Okay, so that was the obvious part. We all knew that those were going to be in this video, but I also have a quite extensive list of other journals that I have on my shelf, and a lot of them that I actually still use on the day-to-day. So this is a notebook by Zur. They sent this to me and I made a video about it, but this notebook is actually lined. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I don't use it for bullet journaling, obviously, because it's lined. Not saying that you can't. I made an entire video actually about how you can bullet journal on lined paper, but personally I definitely prefer a dot grid, and so I do not use this for bullet journaling. But I use this journal as a place to just jot down random thoughts. So like, it's really just a catch-all kind of journal. This is for website design. This was for an advisor meeting I had. I just had to jot down some ideas. There's just random stuff in here. Like, I literally can't even title this journal. It's just like my random jot down whatever you need to journal, but I like having it with me because sometimes I don't want to spend time making a nice curated spread like in my bullet journal. So having a journal like this to just catch all my thoughts is perfect, and also amazing because I'm a big believer in put it out on paper. It just makes so much sense than keeping it in your brain. So this is necessary. By the way, all the journals that I'm mentioning in this video will be linked in the description box below. If I can't find the exact one, I'll hopefully link something similar. Nothing is sponsored. There may be an affiliate link or two, but of course, if you want to get a journal for yourself, I'll have everything down below. This journal is a write the word journal. So my mother got this for me, beginning of last year, so 2022. This journal, I actually don't use it for its intention. So this journal is write the word. So basically in each page, there is the date, what I'm grateful for, and then a Bible verse. So you can like write the Bible verse. And then on here, you can say like what's on your heart today, write any notes that you have over the verse or something else, whatever. The point of this journal is to actually write the word. Obviously that's what it says, but its intention is that if you write the Bible scripture, then you can internalize it more and really think about it. And while I think that it's a great idea, and I definitely agree with the fact that writing it down will help you internalize it more. I personally have not used it for this for like the past year. When I first started I did, but then I just started bringing it to church with me, and so this is basically where I put all of my church notes. If there's a sermon, Bible study, or anything that I want to take notes on. Again, I'm not really using it for its intended purposes, although I do think there is a very good intended purpose here, but I just happen to use this for Bible notes and church notes instead. So this is a journal that I got for my birthday this year. This is actually a stone paper journal, which was super cool. I did an entire unboxing on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, and I still think this is a really cool concept because not only is it just like fun to have stone paper, it is more environmentally friendly to have stone paper because it is recycled. So I basically used it for a while to write down my dreams because I think it's super important to, not important, but I think it's super cool to write down your dreams. A lot of times I don't remember what I dreamt about, and so when I do, I want to write them down as fast as possible before I forget, because like 3 hours later I'll just forget what I dreamed about. But then I can go back and flip through my old dreams, and not necessarily like they tell me anything, I'm not like inspecting them for anything, but it's just interesting, you know, to go back, be like, what are you dreaming about? Sometimes it has a correlation to anything I'm stressing about and the anxiety. It's not necessary, but if you have the time and you want to, writing down your dreams can be super interesting. That's a great word for it. Okay, so this is actually a new journal that I just received in the mail last week. I made an entire video about it a couple days ago. If you haven't checked it out, it'll be linked down below so you can go check it out. But I unboxed this stunning, gotta be one of the most gorgeous covers I've ever seen, journal from T. Fossey. Again, not sponsored, but this is beautiful. Beautiful. I just think the iridescent is super pretty. There's iridescent gilded edges. There's a whole design on the back and on the spine. Like, it's a 360, just gorgeous package. And I actually made an entire spread in it right here. I don't exactly know what I'm going to use this for yet. Like I said, I just received it, but I do want to start not daily journaling, but just writing about my life. I feel like journaling is a great way to get your thoughts out, especially it'll help with anxiety, and something that I've really wanted to get into, but I'm just like, I don't know, whatever, I'll just keep putting it off. I already have a bullet journal, and it was an excuse. I understand it was an excuse, but now that I'm like, okay, I have this stunning journal that I want to use because it is literally gorgeous. I have all the supplies at hand. What is stopping me except for my own procrastination? Nothing. So I'm hopefully going to get into journaling more. I might make a whole video about this. We'll see. I want to kind of start getting into it slowly and just, you know, writing about my day. Even if it's not anything big, important that happened, I still think it's a good habit to get into. So hopefully I'll begin to do this in here. We will see, and I'll update you guys. As you saw in my cover page that I made in that journal, I used a lot of black paper to add to a little bit of contrast and connect it to the cover page of that journal, right? And the black paper that I used actually came from this journal, which is actually a black paper sketchbook. I got this for my birthday and I was so excited to receive it because it's literally so cool. It's just an entire journal filled with pure black paper. That's all it is. But it's supposed to be like a sketchbook where you can actually draw on black, and it says you can use this for color pencil, chalk, oil pastel, gel pen, or other opaque media. I haven't really experimented that much with it, unfortunately, in this journal. I wrote like this one cover page, but it's only with graphite pencil. It's pretty hard to see. I'm pretty sure you probably can't even see it. Maybe you can. I haven't been able to experiment a lot because I don't have many like drawing on black supplies. However, what I do use is, because these pages are actually perforated, it makes it super easy to tear out this black paper. So I actually just use this as just a stash of black paper, and then I can just tear it out and put it in my bullet journal whenever I need to. I used this for my May theme this year. I used this for my January theme this year. I just used it to set up this new journal that I got last week. Super easy to just tear out, but it has been really cool to play around with black paper in my bullet journal. Maybe in the future I can try doing a full painting or something with this. So in the realm of sketchbooks, I also wanted to show you my sketchbook because it's not really a journal or notebook, but it's an art journal, kind of. So it's featured in this video. This has been the sketchbook that I have used since, this says March 15th, 2022. So yeah, this is the beginning of 2022 is when I first started this journal. I actually haven't finished it. Almost done with it. There's only this amount of pages left that I haven't drawn in at the end. But this sketchbook is super cool. I feel like I love having a sketchbook. Not gonna lie, I don't draw very often, but when I do get in the drawing mood, I love having a place where I can just keep all my artwork together. So in here, I have a lot of portrait drawing because I love portraits. I just love drawing people and expressions and faces. I think it's one of the best things. I also love shading skin with alcohol markers. Oh my gosh. This one, I drew Billie Eilish, her Happier Than Ever cover. This edition, because this obviously isn't her actual picture, is taken from somebody. I cannot remember the name of the artist that I recreated her drawing of. I'll try to remember it, put it on the screen here. If I don't, I'm sorry, I probably just can't remember. But this wasn't my idea. I just copied hers, but I do think it was very pretty. This I copied from Prickly Alpaca. I love her art style so much, and so I wanted to recreate one of her drawings when she was drawing all the planets. I think this is Mercury, and I love how it turned out. And this, listen, I had to draw Thomas Shelby. When I finished that show, I almost died. It's so good. Watch Peaky Blinders, guys. It's so good. I would do anything for Cillian Murphy. I would do anything. But I had to draw this character because I was obsessed. And this is what I do when I'm obsessed with characters, is I draw them. So this is Thomas Shelby. Enjoy my artwork. However, I mentioned that that journal is almost done. There are only a couple pages left in it. So Ohuhu sent me their mixed media sketchbook. This is actually horizontal, not vertical, but their mixed media sketchbook when they sent me some art supplies a couple months ago, and I've been waiting to crack open this sketchbook. I just wanted to finish that one first. So when I do finish that one, I'll probably be setting up this one next. And let me know if you want an entire video setting up my new sketchbook, maybe doing a nice cover page, an art drawing. Let me know in the comments and I'll put it on my list of videos. We're almost done, but I do have a couple journals that Papier, I'm not sure. I'm gonna say Papier, hopefully that's right. But Papier sent me these journals this week. Again, non-sponsored, but I do want to show you quickly these 3 journals. So this first one is just a plain purple journal, but when you open it, it is actually a daily productivity planner. I really like their system. So they have you set big goals at the beginning of, I think it's a quarter, and then you go into your weekly overviews, you can add your goals into your weeklies, and then they do like the dailies. And then after every couple of months, they do another goal page. So you review the goals, and then you try to see what the next steps are. I have a bullet journal, so obviously I don't use a planner, but this is something that I think is super cool if you are interested in a very simple planner like this. The next one is this To the Moon journal. I honestly want to give away that planner, but this one unfortunately has my name on it. Not unfortunately, I was like so surprised. I was like, oh my gosh, they personalized it for me. That's so nice. But I obviously can't give it away because it has my name on it. But anyway, this is just a very simple dot grid journal. There's nothing in the pages. It's just plain dot grid. It is a hardback cover and it has a bookmark. And then this one is super pretty and super adorable. Look at this. It has a reflective pattern of flowers on the top. I think it's just so stunning. And when you open it, it is actually a lined journal. So we have all 3 planner dot and lined. It also has a bookmark and it's just super simple. It's actually smaller than the other 2, but it's just like the cutest little journal to bring with you if you need to write down anything, honestly. At this point, I don't know what I could possibly put in here because I have a journal for every need under the sun.
SMU alert. This is Omega Test.
Okay, anyway, like I was saying, I don't know what I'm possibly going to be able to use this for, but it's stunning and I like shiny things, so I'm a raccoon. We've gone over this. So this is also in my collection. I have a stack of notebooks at my feet that is on the verge of tipping over. I honestly didn't even know that I had this many until I filmed this video, but I hope that you guys enjoyed going through my entire collection. I don't know what I could possibly need all of these for. I need to give some away. Like I said, I'm incredibly grateful to any company or person who has sent me a journal for my birthday, for the channel, whatever it is. I really appreciate you guys, and I fake complain, but I really am very grateful for anything that anyone has sent me. Let me know in the comments what you use your journals for, or if you have any other journals besides your bullet journal that you like to use frequently and often. As always, subscribe because I post bullet journaling and productivity videos here every single week. And check out this video on the screen over here where I set up my new Typhossi journal, the reflective butterfly one. Oh my gosh, it's so stunning. And I was super excited to unbox it for you guys. So check out the video over here and I will see you guys next week.